What is going on, my dudes? My name is Orion and welcome back to another painting video. Today I'm going to show you how to apply decals or water transfers to your models, and we're going to be using my Harbingers of the Apocalypse Havocs that we painted in the last video. Show you all these nice close-ups of the finished product before we get started, and then we'll get right into it. So these water transfers that I'm using, I purchased from a third party called Fallout Hobbies. I'm not at all endorsed or sponsored by Fallout Hobbies. I just wanted to show you where I purchased them and some of the other ones that they provide. They have lots of vehicle transfers that you can use. They've got plenty of factions, such as you'll see here. They've got greenskins, which would be orcs. The ones that I used are from the evil and chaotic. Right over here, the Mariner's Blights are the ones that I specifically used, but they've got plenty of others, such as Eldar, Dark Eldar, Tau. They've got some here for Space Marines, as well as others for non-40k related things. So consider following them and purchasing some for yourself. Check out their list of products. Alright, so we're going to focus on our champion again today, and we're going to look at this shoulder pad here, which is where we're going to place our decal. So the first thing we need to do is put down a layer of Ard coat. And what this is going to do is it's going to give us a nice smooth surface in order to put the decal on top of, as well as kind of make like a pseudo adhesive layer that will help the decal stick to the model better. I don't know why. I don't even know if it's true. This is just something that I feel like I know, whether it's true or not. But I believe that the Ard coat, when it's dry, has like a sticky kind of feeling to it rather than any other normal acrylic paint, which is going to really help the decal stick to it. You could potentially water this down and do a couple of thin coats. I am extremely lazy and I just slap on a nice thick coat, which did present some problems afterwards. So we've got our decals here, and we're just going to cut out a single icon for this gentleman. So normally when it comes to Games Workshop decals, you would definitely want to have that little extra tab on the side there that you see on the right hand side of the icon. But before that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna score the icon. And the reason why we want to do this is it's gonna help the icon sit a bit more flat on the curved surface of the shoulder pad. If we don't do this, then you're going to have the plastic is going to kind of, it's going to have like a little hill, I suppose, and it won't sit flat. But this will allow the plastic to kind of fold over itself as it adheres to the contour of that shoulder pad. So you can see I put 3 at the top and 1 down below. So what we're going to do here is we have our dude bro, who his shoulder pad is now dry to the touch, which is nice. We've got just a little tiny cup of water there. We've got our decal with our score marks in it. Nice little cup of water. What we're going to do is we're going to let that soak in the water. Usually for the Games Workshop decals, it's normally about 30 seconds and you're good to go. I found with these third-party decals it could take between 30 to 60 seconds, so not too big of a problem, but just keep that in mind whenever you use third-party products. There may be some slight changes to how they're produced. So we got our tweezers here. We're going to pick it up, and normally what you can do is when you have a damp or soaked brush, you're able to kind of push it and it'll be able to move along the paper, and that's when you can tell that it's ready to go. You can see here I'm trying to push it around. Now, once you grow a brain and realize that this third-party decal, the plastic does not hug the icon like the Games Workshop ones do, and you realize the entire sheet is covered in plastic, you're going to have to redo the icon. So when it comes to the third-party ones, what I had to do is I had to cut the paper as close to the icon as possible, and I had to add additional score marks between the skull and the bones at the top, between the top and the bottom bones on each side, and between the bottom bones and the little face tentacles. Because there is that clear plastic that you're not going to be able to see if it doesn't have that score mark, because it has a larger silhouette than the actual icon, then you're going to have problems with the plastic having little hills, and it just makes it easier so that the plastic is able to fold over itself so that it can adhere to the contour of the shoulder pad. So again, we're just going to let that soak until it slides off the paper, as you see there. And what we're going to do is, once we're ready, we're going to lay down a little bit of water on the area where we have already applied Ard Coat. And I don't recommend doing it like this, but with these third-party decals, I was kind of forced to do it this way. Just kind of load it up onto your brush and place it onto the panel of your choice. Get it on there. Now, I don't want you to feel as if you have to rush and get this done quickly. You can take your time getting this ready. As long as you have water in the working area, your working time is as long as you need. There's no need to worry that like it's going to dissolve or you only have a limited amount of time. As long as there's water, you're good. So once you push it around with your brush into your desired orientation, location, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wipe your brush on a paper towel to dry it off, and you're going to wick away the extra water that has settled at the bottom. And if you're an absolute degenerate like myself, you can just wick it off on your mouth and soak up the brush from there. I'm going to use my Chaos Knight I recently painted. Unfortunately, I didn't have a video of that because I'm a big dummy. But I got a bigger example for you here. Looking back on it, I wish that I had used the white decal instead of the black decal. You know, I realized after the fact that the white decal on the dark purple would have looked better than the dark on dark, similar to how the black decal looks good on the bright gold. I did have a lot of issues with this guy because I'm just bad. I'm just bad at modeling. So after an embarrassingly long amount of time trying to wrestle with this thing, I eventually just had to put it on my finger. Again, push it around with a wet brush. Once it's exactly where you want it, wick away the rest of the water. Unfortunately, I didn't get this decal to sit perfectly perpendicular. It's a little askew sideways. But, you know, since when has chaos ever been nice and neat? So once you get the water wicked away, you can gently press down on the decal and help squeeze the water from underneath the decal out from underneath it. So once the decal has dried, you've let it sit for a minute, we're going to put another layer of Ard Coat on top of this. And this is going to do two things. One, it's going to sandwich the decal in between the two layers of paint, and it's going to help protect it from play. You know, you might accidentally scrape a nail on it and a piece comes off, or it might wear off due to the oils on your fingers. This second layer of Ard Coat is going to help prevent that. And two, it's difficult to see on the camera, but there is the outline of the plastic where you cut the decal. Putting that second layer of Ard Coat makes the plastic completely invisible and undetectable. So here we're using a Nurgle decal that's from Games Workshop. And it's difficult to see on the camera, but there is an outline of plastic that goes just outside the decal there. You can kind of see it here. And with Games Workshop, you get the extra tab there you can hold with the tweezers and just gently push it off with a damp brush. Pre-wet the panel, push it around to your desired location, and once it's right where you want it, wick away the excess water and then gently press down on the decal to get it a nice flat contact with the panel. And again, with that one, add a layer of Ard Coat on top of it to help seal it in. Ease to the P's. Alright, so now that they're all done with their second layer of Ard Coat on top, we have a slight issue. So, as I showed you my painting process of my custom Legion in the last video, which if you haven't seen that, go check that out after this one. I finished the models with a aerosol clear matte varnish to protect them. So the entire model has a matte finish, except for the panels where we added decals. They are now gloss thanks to the Ard Coat. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this Lamia Medium, which is, whereas the Ard Coat is essentially a paint with zero pigment, the Lamia Medium is essentially a wash with zero pigment. Also, how the Ard Coat acts as a gloss varnish, the Lamia Medium acts as a matte varnish. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this Lamia Medium and slap it all over the panel where there is gloss, and by the time that dries, that should come out to matte, which it is right here. It does seem a little cloudy. I definitely would recommend that you put on the decals before you use the aerosol varnish. That way it can tie everything together and have some uniformity, I suppose. Got some nice close-ups here. This guy's got his little askew. Again, when his Chaos ever neat, he's got a little corn symbol on his hip pad there. Super happy with how these guys turned out. I can't wait to see my entire army with these. Alright, and here they all are, finished up again. And that should about do it for today, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you guys making it all the way to the end. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, as well as subscribe for more in the future, as well as comment down below. Let me know what you enjoyed and what you didn't enjoy so that I can improve for you guys in the future. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Peace out.